Good afternoon, good evening, sir, and to my fellow students. I am Winona and I am the reporter of our group. And tonight, we will going to share with you what we have learned in our assigned topic, which is the case study number 3, and that is, did Rizal retract? So there are many issues that have only been briefly explicated, and sometimes this brings confusions in understanding our past as one nation. And it is very important that every Filipino student must learn the different issues in our history so that we will know our beginnings as to what chances we as people may have in the upcoming days. And before diving into our lesson, let us first identify the words that may be unfamiliar with you so that later on when we encounter these words, we will understand the lesson more. So first is retraction. What is retraction? So retraction means to withdraw a statement. So if an individual say or stated something and then afterwards he or she will take it back. So that's what retraction means, or withdrawal. Next is iteration. Iteration means a command or program statement that is continually repeated until a particular condition is met. Third is disavow. So disavow means to deny or to disclaim. We also have here flip-flop. Flip-flop means to completely change one's opinion or stance. So kung sa Bisaya pa, mauni siya tong balimbing na mga tao, balik-balik, baliktad-baliktad, sige dagkuan, change of opinion. So we also have here the fifth, which is corroborated. Corroborated means to confirm or to make more certain. Okay, so we will tackle 5 points of discussion tonight. Who is Jose Rizal? Did Rizal retract? The Balaguer testimony, the testimony of Cuerpo de Vigilancia, and the last hours of Rizal. So who is Jose Rizal? So during our elementary days, we all know that Jose Rizal is a hero, a national hero, a nobleman. Jose Rizal wrote a lot of books, novels, writings, essay, and many more. So those writings of Jose Rizal, it revolves around the reforms, ending colonialism, and liberating Filipino minds that contributes to the creation of the Filipino nation. And one of the famous books or novels of Jose Rizal is Noli Me Tangere and Il Filibusterismo. So I assume that we all know what is these two books all about since we tackle this during our high school days. Okay. So next is, did Rizal retract? So this is the important question in our discussion. Did Rizal retract? So did Rizal withdraw all the words that he wrote in his novels, in his books, in his essays? So as for this one, since Rizal's retraction letter was discovered by Father Manuel Garcia in the year 1935, or to be exact, on May 18, 1935, its content has become a favorite subject of dispute among academics and Catholics. So, we all know that Jose Rizal died on December 30, 1896, and the day before he died, or the day before he is executed, there's a controversy going around that Rizal wrote a retraction paper. So that's what we are going to discuss this evening. Okay, so the controversy whether Rizal actually wrote a retraction paper or a retraction document only lies in the judgment of its reader, and as no amount of proof can make the two opposing groups agree with each other. So the two opposing groups, we have here the Masonic Rizalists and the Catholic Rizalists. So Masonic Rizalists, they are the group of people who believe that Rizal did not retract, while the Catholic Rizalists, they are the ones who believe that Jose Rizal did retracted. So next one, here is the retraction paper or the translated retraction document of Jose Rizal. So I will no longer read it, but let's highlight some words here. So we can read in here, I retract with all my heart. And also, we can see here that I confess whatever she teaches, and I submit to whatever she demands. I abominate masonry. So, what is masonry? So, masonry, they are a group of people who identify themselves as anti-Catholic or anti-Catholic. Means they are an enemy of the church, of the Catholic Church. So, that's what it is all about. Okay. So, moving forward is the Balaguer testimony. According to a testimony of Father Vicente Balaguer, he is a Jesuit missionary and he befriended Jose Rizal during his exile in Dapitan. So Rizal accepted a shorter retraction document prepared by the superior of the Jesuit Society in the Philippines, and that is Father Pio P. So in this, it was also Father Vicente Balaguer who made the claim that he married Jose Rizal and Josephine Bracken just minutes before Rizal was shot to death. Okay, so moving forward, okay. So we also have here Father P.O.P. So as what I have mentioned earlier, he is the superior of the Jesuit or Jesuit Society in the Philippines. And he stated that Rizal disavowed Masonry and religious thoughts that opposed the Catholic belief. Okay? So Rizal also rejected the long formula so that Father Balaguer had to dictate for the shorter formula of Father Pio. So the exact copy, so now the exact copy after it was signed by Jose Rizal, it was shown to the military men. And the firing squad, the captain of the firing squad, we have Captain Dominguez. He claimed that he never seen the retraction, but he only heard about it. Okay? So, moving forward is we also have here Father Estanislao March and Father Jose Villa Clara. So they are the two Jesuits that were present at Rizal's execution, meaning they witnessed the execution of Jose Rizal, and they did not corroborate it, or they did not affirm, they did not make certain that Balaguer's retraction claim is true, that there is a signed document of Jose Rizal, a retraction letter. Okay. So those who strongly believe that faking of the Rizal retraction document reported that the forger of Jose Rizal's signature was Roman Roque, the man who also forged the signature of Urbano Lacuna, which was used to capture Aguinaldo. So there are many claims, statements that this is what happened, that the retraction letter or the retraction document is not true. So furthermore, we will also discuss the testimony of Cuerpo de Vigilancia. So Cuerpo de Vigilancia is also known as Katipunan and Rizal documents. So the Cuerpo de Vigilancia contains a body of documents like the confidential reports, transcripts, clippings, and photographs from Spanish and Philippine newspaper. So another eyewitness account surfaced in the year 2016 through the research of Professor Rene R. Escalante. And in his research, documents of Cuerpo de Vigilancia included a report on the last hours of Jose Rizal. And we will tackle the last hours of Jose Rizal later on. And first, let us know the relationship, the connection of Katipunan to La Liga Filipina. So, we all know that on July 3, 1892, that's the time when the La Liga Filipina established. And also, after 3 days, on July 6, 1892, Rizal got arrested. So, the precursor of Katipunan as an organization is the La Liga Filipina. Because Jose Rizal, we know that Jose Rizal wanted to make a reform, that he wanted the Filipinos to enjoy the same opportunities, the same privileges as the Spaniards. So, but however, due to um, unfortunate event, Rizal got arrested. And also, that is the time where Katipunan is gaining power to make a reform. And we know that the leader of Katipunan is Andres Bonifacio. So Andres Bonifacio also wanted to make or to have or to achieve a reform. However, Jose Rizal and Andres Bonifacio differ in their ways, differ in their means to achieve the same goal. So, Katipuneros showed a great appreciation of Rizal towards the same goal. And out of 28 members of the leadership of Katipunan, or the leaders of the Katipunan, 13 were former member of La Liga Filipina. To the extent they show great appreciation to Rizal, to the extent that they even used Rizal's name as password. And Katipuneros also decided to inform Jose Rizal of their plans to launch the revolution. So, moving forward, we have here the last hours of Rizal. So, 7:50 in the December 29th of 1896. It's yesterday morning, 7:50 yesterday morning, Rizal entered death row accompanied by his council. We have here Senor Taviel de Andrade and Jesuit priest Villa Clara. So, at 10, we have Senor Andrade left the death row and Rizal spoke for a long while with the Jesuit fathers, Father March and Father Villa Clara, regarding religious matters. So we don't know what they really talk about during that moment. But one thing is, we can assume that maybe the two Jesuit fathers um, proposed to Jose Rizal that inani pag-retract na lang kay basinday sulbad pa imong kinabuhi. We really don't know. So at 3 in the afternoon, or 3 p.m., Father March entered the chapel and Rizal handed him what he had written. So we don't know if this was the retraction paper or what. And at 5, finally at 5 in the morning of the 30th, December 30th, the lover of Jose Rizal, who is Josephine Bracken, arrived at the prison dressed in mourning. So there's just something that I want to share with you also, that that according to an article that we have read upon our studying and researching this topic, we've also read an article that regarding that Jose Rizal did write a retraction paper when Josephine Bracken went to Dapitan with her adoptive father, because they wanted to ask for help, so that because Josephine's adoptive father is blind, and they wanted to ask for help to Jose Rizal. And Jose Rizal and Josephine Bracken, maybe they fall in love with each other, and to the extent that Jose Rizal wanted to marry her. However, during that time, there is a need for the marriage certificate, and we all know that the Catholic Church, they hold the power to that. And if Jose Rizal wanted to legalize their marriage, or really wanted to register their marriage, he need to write a retraction paper, because Rizal is a critic. He is he wrote the unjust things that the friars did during that time. So that's what it is. However, Rizal take back the retraction letter he wrote. So there's no retraction signed document had happened during that time when he was in exile at Tepitan. So going back to our topic, did Rizal retract? So there are also people, we will know the people who believe that Rizal retracted. First on the list, we have Jose Victor Torres. So Jose Victor Torres, there are document that was purchased by the Philippine government from Spain in the mid 1990s. The Cuerpo de Vigilancia de Manila showed some interesting points about the retraction. So, Jose Victor Torres believed that Rizal retracted because of the details, the supporting documents he read in the Cuerpo de Vigilancia de Manila. We also have here Dr. Agosto de Viana. He is the head of the UST history, and he stated and he believed that Rizal retracted because he died as a Catholic. And for the further or the supporting details is that Jose Rizal was buried inside the grounds of Paco Cemetery, unlike Apolinario Mabini, who is buried at the Chinese cemetery. He also said that it's not possible that the retraction letter had been forged because witnesses were present while Rizal was signing the document. And he also mentioned that Rizal was prone to flip-flop, changing one's opinion or stance. And we also have here the people who believe that Rizal, it's not the people, testimonies that Rizal did not retract. So the first is the copy of the purportedly signed retraction letter or retraction paper was kept a secret and only made public in newspaper. So if it is the real retraction paper, why would they keep it a secret and only announce in newspapers? And also, when Jose Rizal's family wanted to take a look at themselves, they take a look at the letter, they were not given permission to do so because we all know that Jose Rizal's mother, Teodora Alonso, is his first teacher, and it would be if the retraction paper is true, then his mother will really know if it's Rizal's writing or signature, right? So we also have here Ricardo Pascual. He was given the permission by the Archbishop Nuzelada to analyze the document, and he came to conclusion that it was fake. So this kind of people, they are very knowledgeable enough. They have a wide or deep knowledge because it is their job. And when he came to analyze, when he internally internally criticized the document, he came to conclusions that it was fake. Okay? And also we have here the absence of marriage certificate. So if Jose Rizal and Josephine Bracken did really wed, there should be a marriage certificate that can be seen, that can be found, that is present, but there was none. So, as you can remember, as what I have mentioned earlier, that um, that for Jose Rizal to marry Josephine Bracken, he need to sign a retraction document. But there is no marriage certificate. And lastly, Father Sanchez, he was sent by the Jesuit superiors to try to retract, to convince Jose Rizal to retract in exchange of professorship, 100,000 pesos, and an estate. But Rizal rejected the offer. And also, if we will just analyze it also, even if Rizal will retract, sign the document, um, he will still be executed because the Catholic Church is no longer can no longer intervene with the government rules. And we all know that Jose Rizal is executed or is arrested because he is because of the reasons that because of rebellion, conspiracies, and a lot more. So that is why. So At this moment, why would Dr. Rizal retract all his works when those works are meant to expose the atrocities of both the Spanish colonial government and the Catholic Church at that time in controlling the Filipino? Would the inspiration and adoration will turn into discrimination if the retraction is real? Or if the retraction controversy is true, would it change the heroism of Rizal? So this concludes our discussion and thank you for listening.